Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And right away, he lost the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Got that one right. Totally a penalty.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Watson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. For the returner, Trey Tucker going to bring this one out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now following the safety, they'll have the football with a chance to take the lead as they begin following the free kick with a 1st and 10. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A first down run there for Jacobs, but nothing doing as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. On second down, here's Watson. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. To throw is Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw, Watson. Flush. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Now here's another carry for Harris. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
This is taken at the 23. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Here's Watson. Got a man. It's Mayer. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown Raiders. Devontae Adams. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, this is Harris. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They need 12 here. It's third down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second down and 3. Gets this out wide to Pickens. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Pickup on the play. First down, Steelers.
They hand this off to Harris. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Harris will score. Touchdown, Steelers.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now it's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Forced out to him. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the 1st down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football.
There he goes, left side. George Pickens, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, 65 yards. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Caught on the right side by Adams. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Watson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 36-yard line.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he'll air this one out deep for Sims. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And that is incomplete here. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now Watson operating from the gun. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Watson going to change the look here.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing on third down, Watson. That is caught. He's into space past the 25. Touchdown! Devontae Adams. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Pickett going to bootleg it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Fielded at the 20, and he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Pickett will look to throw it here. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a give, running left is Harris. Broken tackle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On the give, this is Harris. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Back to throw, Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On first down, it's Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
At the 23-yard line.
Here's Watson now on second down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Watson on third down. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On the ground, it's Harris. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And out of bounds right around the 20. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 14 yards that time for number 14. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Second and goal from the 1. Pickett going to keep it himself. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal. Pickett going to keep it himself. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Steelers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. taken at the goal line. And now off to the races down the right side. He's past the 30. And he finally goes out of bounds, so he couldn't take it the distance, but all the way inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. He's got it. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Cameron Hayward, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Pickett sets up play action. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. This is Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Now Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Watson. Got a man, it's Mayer. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
On second down, here's Watson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Watson. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jacoby Myers, 62 yards. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Watson to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. 23 yards, the final tally. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win.